Have you ever wondered why governments don't just print a few extra $1 trillion and make everyone rich? Like, come on, how hard could it be? Fire up the printer, roll out some cash, and boom, no more poverty, no more debt. Everyone drives a Benz. But yeah, that's not how it works. In fact, if the government did that, we'd probably end up trading a loaf of bread for, well, another loaf of bread. Today, we're going to talk about why banks and governments print money and why doing it too much can quietly wreck your wallet. All right. So here's the deal. When you hear the government printed money, your brain probably pictures some sweaty guy in a dark basement feeding paper into a printer while laughing maniacally. But in reality, money printing isn't about paper, it's about numbers. Digital ones. The kind that can ruin your life faster than an X with your Netflix password. See, money is basically confidence. We all agree that these colorful pieces of paper, or pixels on a screen, have value. But when the government starts printing more money without increasing what that money represents, actual goods and services, it's like adding more water to the soup. It feeds more people, sure, but it doesn't taste like much anymore. Let's say there's $100 in the world and 10 burgers. Each burger costs $10. Simple, right? Now the government decides to help everyone by doubling the money supply to $200. Great, everyone feels richer, but the burgers didn't double. There are still just 10. So guess what happens? The price of each burger quietly slides up to $20. You didn't actually get richer. You just got a fancy illusion of it. That's inflation, the invisible tax that makes your money buy less every year while your salary pretends nothing's happening. It's like your wallet's on a diet you never agreed to. And banks, they're part of this game too. When they lend you money, they're technically creating new money out of thin air. Not magic, just banking. The system relies on trust, interest rates, and a bit of financial smoke and mirrors to keep the illusion going. And as long as everyone believes in it, the show goes on. Now here's where things get spicy. You might think, okay, fine, too much money causes inflation. But what if the government prints just the right amount? Like a chef seasoning the economy with a sprinkle of cash? Well, in theory, yes. But in reality, governments often have the subtlety of a guy pouring half a bottle of cologne before a date. When times get tough, like during a crisis or a recession, central banks step in and start stimulating the economy. That's economist speak for, let's print some money and hope nobody panics. They lower interest rates, hand out cheap loans, and buy assets to keep things moving. And for a while, it feels amazing. Stocks rise, spending goes up, everyone suddenly feels like a financial genius. But the hangover always comes. You see, printing money doesn't create real wealth, it just shifts it around. When the price of everything goes up, your salary doesn't magically keep pace. Meanwhile, people with assets like real estate or stocks watch their wealth balloon. So instead of everyone getting rich, it's usually the rich getting richer. And the cruel joke? When inflation finally hits hard, the same government that printed the money starts raising interest rates to fight inflation, which means loans get expensive, growth slows down, and everyone wonders who the heck started this fire in the first place. Spoiler, it's the same guy holding the money printer. So no, printing money won't make us all rich. It's more like putting whipped cream on a flat tire. It might look good for a second, but you're still not going anywhere. So, to wrap this up, when banks or governments print money, they're not handing out wealth. They're just stretching the value of what already exists. It's like cutting your pizza into more slices and convincing yourself there's suddenly more food. Printing money might look like an easy fix, but it's really just moving the problem down the road, usually right into your grocery bill. The next time someone says, "Why don't they just print more cash?" Smile and say, "Because then my morning coffee would cost a mortgage." Money printing isn't magic. It's economics with a sense of humor and a very expensive price tag.